Man United versus Arsenal, Old Trafford. And I'll tell you what, this will be a game. It's got the rivalry, it's got the passion, the players hate each other, everyone hates each other in Man United versus Arsenal. And looking at the teams now, obviously Arsenal's in the better position. We're higher on the table. We've got the more interesting squad, definitely. Um, but it's also, if we look at our European football as well, Arsenal in the Champions League beat PSV 7-1. I highly doubt that we'll go into that game putting out a full squad. Man United, on the other hand, they drew 1-1. And that will probably influence this game as well, I think. The way I see it, Man United, they're going to have to start resting players for that game. And hopefully that can get us some points as well at Old Trafford. We don't need to rest players, they do. But football's a very unpredictable sport. And obviously, as you know, our attack as of recently has been great. Yes, we won 7-1 against PSV, and that's a great result. But if you look at the Premier League wise, we haven't been putting away our chances, and that's been costing us. Hopefully we can do something today, though. Well, tomorrow, sorry. But it's also important for us to get these results as well, because looking at the table now, obviously Nottingham Forest, they beat Man City, which has now put them 3 points behind us. It's important for us to keep this gap as much as we can to ensure we finish on the top 4. Otherwise, we won't get Champions League football next season, obviously. But yeah, pick up as many points as we can right now. Again, I'm not saying that we'll win the league. I don't think we will. I think it's much, much too late for that. But we'll see. As for the team lineup, I think again we can play our full strongest squad. We don't need to rest any of them. So I would say start off with David Raya, William Saliba, and Gabriel. I would put Timber over on the right, and I'd want to see Ben White get a bit more playtime in this as well, so I definitely want to substitute him on. And I think Miles Lewis-Skelly, is that game suspension still a thing? I'm not even sure anymore. But with Lewis-Skelly right now, he's definitely looking for that second red card, if that PSV game's anything to go off of. I love the way he holds the ball, but I think he just gets a bit reckless at times. And that can just be boiled down to inexperience. Give him a few years, and I think Lewis-Skelly is going to be that guy. But as things stand, either way, I would still play Calafiori in the left back position. In midfield, we're looking at Declan Rice, we're looking at Odegaard, and we're looking at Thomas Partey. I don't really need to explain that. It's our strongest midfield. And over in our attack, I would have obviously Mikel Mourinho as a centre forward. He's been doing all right in that position, considering it's not his go-to position. I think he's done decently in there. He needs to receive the ball a bit more often, I think. Trossard on the left wing, and I mean with Trossard, he does put in some good performances. Sometimes he feels like he's lacking, but we don't really have a choice. Well, other than Sterling, anyways. But I think Sterling just keeps on putting in very poor performances. To me, Sterling's very, very untrustworthy. And of course, Ethan Nwaneri on the right wing. And Ethan Nwaneri is a character that has stuck out throughout this entire squad. He takes on defenders. He isn't afraid to put the ball in. He isn't afraid to take shots outside the box either. and a fair few times that has ended up as a beautiful goal. Hopefully he can do something like that today. But of course, Ethan Wanyeri, he's the natural option for it. What else is there to say? Oh yeah, there's a bit more news as well regarding transfer business. According to the Cozy Arsenal, if I can find it. Sorry, I don't think I can find it actually. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, there it is. Apparently Benjamin Sesko has agreed personal terms with Arsenal, which is a very good step for us. Obviously, we need the likes of Nico Williams and Benjamin Sesko, and it's looking like that's who we're going to go for. Nico Williams and Benjamin Sesko. And we've been crying out to sort out this attack for the past 2 years now. It's going to be 3 years after this, because we haven't actually sorted it out this season. As well as talks about the Zubimendi as well. People are saying that that's more or less done. It's just a matter of putting pen to paper. And obviously Kimmich, he's looked at by a few people. Arsenal also apparently interested. Look, Arsenal's next squad could be absolutely amazing next season if we can do it correctly. If we can fill the gaps that you're seeing in the team right now. If we can sort out our attack and midfield problems, as well as get a backup goalkeeper, we could be looking at a very, very strong Arsenal squad. But that's next season, and it's a lot of what-ifism. I've seen Arsenal absolutely disappoint me, especially this season with our transfer business. But this is a new sporting director from Atletico. I'm going to forget his name. I don't know why. His name just doesn't stick with me. But he's worked with less, and he has gotten a lot of good signings. So we'll have to see how he does with Arsenal, assuming that he does end up joining us. I don't know if we're still in advanced talks yet, or if anything's actually happened, but look, right now, Arsenal versus United, it's a game that we should be winning, especially considering how much United are struggling, and considering the fact that they're not even, or probably not even, going to play their full strength. Pragmatically, this game doesn't really mean much to Man United right now. I mean, sure, there's the rivalry in it, but that's about it. Pragmatically, there'll be nothing in it. Arsenal, on the other hand, it would be massively important to win these games, and we don't have to drop any players. We've already got 1 foot into the quarterfinals. But as I've said before, football's a very unpredictable sport. So even if all that happens, it still may not be enough for us. We still may struggle to score. We still may get caught. And that's why I say we can't underestimate anyone, even Man United. Especially considering how much they've fallen and how bad they've been looking this season. But I've always said, you can't underestimate them. Look what happened in the FA Cup. Absolutely dominated them and still ended up losing it. That's what happens when you don't take your chances. But let me know what you think. What do you think the score is going to be? Like, share, and comment if you can, and please subscribe. It really does help out the channel. I will be seeing you tomorrow in my live reaction. Goodbye.